Hello and welcome back to the channel. On today's video, I'm just going to show you guys how I tie my knock sets when you're setting up your bow. So without further ado, we'll jump right into this and I'll show you guys how I tie my knock sets. Alright, so knock sets are super important and there's really no reason not to tie them. I tie a top and a bottom knock set just because they're pretty easy to tie. A lot of people tie them a lot of different ways. This is just how I like to tie them. With this tie, when you are done, if you do need to move your knock set up or down the string, you can just spin it and it will spin up and down the serving. So I've already marked my center shot here. If you guys are curious how I find center shots on Matthews, Hoyts, PSEs, whatever, I have other videos on the channel that will break that down, full setup videos that also break this down, but I wanted to make a specific video just for people wanting to know how to tie knock sets. So I just start from the bottom, come up, get about equal amount, and then I'm gonna do a double overhand knot. And then I'm just gonna, you wanna slowly kind of keep this loose. You don't wanna keep this tight because it'll allow you to get that knot a lot tighter once you get down here. So now I'm just going to come to the base of my Sharpie mark. And for those of you wondering, this is Halo 0.014. Then you'll just come to the bottom and we're going to do the same thing, double overhand. We're going to come back up to the top. We're going to do this 3 times top and bottom. So there's 2. Three. Now we're doing the third one on the bottom. Now for this last one, we're going to still do the same double overhand, but we're going to keep it loose. Come down and we're going to split in between 2 and 3. And then do another double overhand right over the top of that. Cinch that down. Now you have a nice clean knock set. Now we'll go to the bottom one. Now this is by no means saying that you have to have both. Some people just do the bottom, some people just do the top, some people do both. You can definitely get your bow to tune without them. You can get your bow to tune with them. But they're so easy to put on that there's no reason not to have both, in my opinion. For the sole fact that if your D-loop gets cut, now I don't have to try to find center shot in the field. I can just put a new D-loop on right around my existing knock sets and I'm back to shooting with the same tune. Now, I like to leave a little bit of extra space here, especially on customer bows. On my personal bow, I do go a little bit tighter, but sometimes these guys want to change arrows, or if they change nocks to a slightly wider nock, I give them just a little bit more room. Also, if their draw length is more than 29 inches, I will give them just a touch more room also. Just so that they have enough room so that there's no knock pinch, but you don't want it there to be an excessive amount. So I'm actually gonna scoot this up just a little bit. I would say that's about a 1/16 of an inch of room to where that knock can still move in there, but he has room to put a different knock on if he so chooses. Sometimes I'll even take another arrow that has a different style knock and just double check with that one. See, that's just a little too tight. If he switches to IP5s, he'd be a little too tight in there. So I'm going to scoot this down one row, observing, retest this fit. He's got a little bit of play in there. So that's just how I set mine. Never had a problem doing it that way. And then we're going to do the same thing on the bottom. So we're going to do double overhands, cinch that down. So now we're on number 3 on the bottom. Split in between 2 and 3. Go over it again and burn the tag ends. Now, like I said in the beginning, if you do end up wanting to move these will spin up and down the serving, but the first time you do it, you're going to have to grab a pair of pliers to kind of break it loose if you pull them real tight like I tend to. They will not separate the serving tying it this way though. With that being said, that's the end of this video. This is how I tie Nock sets. If you guys want to schedule bow work through me, everything's done on bergybowsmith.com. And I'll have stickers and some other stuff up on the website here in the coming weeks for merch. But until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.